My name is Austin Sheppard. My sobriety date is June 12th, 2021. I'm one of the retreat managers. I help the guys when the mentors aren't here. I help them with anything they may need, like medicine, step work, anything they need while our main staff is not here. So I've been using heroin for 10 years. I've been using other drugs and substances since I was like 14. I've had this journey of like on and off using trying to like control what I could do myself. Different things like moving around to control it, and it just never really worked for me. A few years ago, after I left, I went to college in East Texas, and I moved back home with my parents. Really got to a point where I was using all the time. I was starting to get a lot of health problems from heroin, and that's when I started going to treatment. And since then, I've been in 4 different programs that I finished successfully. A couple more that I just went and left after a couple days. But yeah, then I got here to ALR, and there was a different kind of solution. There was a small group, and they really pushed the 12 steps, which is something I saw in my past. I had these guys around me that it worked with. I just I guess hadn't really been immersed in it yet, and getting immersed in those 12 steps helped me get to the point where I'm at today. Before getting sober this time, really my idea of recovery was just not using heroin. That's all there was. I didn't see past that. Not ending up in the hospital or jails, institutions, all these different things where drugs were putting me, just getting away from that. I thought that would be what made my life better. Through this program, I learned that recovery is about building this life, finally finding some joy in life, trying to be a better person each day. Through doing that, I don't do drugs and alcohol, so that's also good. I found Any Length of Treat. I was actually laying in a hospital bed. I had a bacterial blood infection. I had been there for a few days. Before that, I went to a couple state-funded places. Didn't have any money at the time. My parents weren't really trying to spend money and send me to treatment. I was in a bad place. I was so sick in the hospital bed, I kind of just told my mom, send me wherever. Luckily, they came across Any Length of Treat. I really feel like it was a God moment that sent me here. Yeah, and then I got to talk to staff members on the phone, and from the moment I talked to them, I realized maybe there's a chance with this place. Covered for life. So what this means to me is finding through this program a new way of life. It's not just about not using drugs and alcohol for the remainder of my life. Finding this new way of life and finding a joy in sobriety, a reason to get up each day and keep doing this work and keep moving on this path that I found for myself. If I was miserable just walking through life each day, I'd much rather just be getting high. But this newfound happiness and sobriety, it gives me a reason to move forward. Recovered for life is some type of I guess oxymoron. I like to say this as a form of this is how I live my life, but that's how I live my life today. I just got a year sober, and one of my friends from back home called me. He has 29 years sober, and he called me and he was like, "Hey bud, I heard you got a year today." I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Well, that's good. What time did you wake up?" And I said, "Well, I woke up at 5. He said, "Well, I woke up at 6, so you have more time sober than me." And I thought that was a great deal. He was just reminding me it's a daily program. It doesn't matter how much time you got. He was like, "I'm glad you got a year. That's good and all, but wake up tomorrow and do the same shit." That's what recovered for life means. That I want to get up each day and do this stuff.